What are we going to talk about today? There's a couple of things to talk about, or potentially things that we could talk about. The Minnesota Vikings training camp officially began on Sunday as the Minnesota Vikings rookies had to attend on that day. However, they weren't the only ones to attend. The Minnesota Vikings social media team posted videos of TJ Hawkinson, Cam Bynum, Sam Darnold, and I'm sure there were more walking into the Minnesota Vikings facility. And they also posted video of newly signed defensive end Dallas Turner walking into the Minnesota Vikings facility. Now, the wonderment is, why didn't J.J. McCarthy? Why wasn't there video of J.J. McCarthy walking into the building? He just signed his contract on Friday. Where was the video showcasing him walking into the building? There wasn't one. Which bring out these conspiracy theories, which I don't know if it's necessarily conspiracy theory, but people are talking about how the Minnesota Vikings are going to try to tame the J.J. McCarthy excitement to the Minnesota Vikings fan base and the timetable and things like that. But here's my question. Showing a video of him walking into the building on the first day of rookie minicamp, how is that exposing J.J. McCarthy to the public eye? He's not throwing a football. He's not dropping back to pass. He's not even handing off the football. He's not even in the huddle with his fellow teammates where you can see, oh, is he on first team? Is he on second team? What kind of team is he on? He's walking into the building. And so this brings up the conversation around J.J. McCarthy's timetable, because Kevin O'Connell is on the power trip on KFan on Friday, and he said he wants it to be a competitive training camp between Sam Darnold and J.J. McCarthy. And this is what he said, end quote. My hope is J.J. McCarthy's Minnesota Vikings QB for a really long time. He's doing everything in his power. I'm sure he's going to have a great training camp. It's going to be competitive with him and Sam Darnold. I'm really looking forward to it. Now, you have to read in between the lines when you read this sentence from Minnesota Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell. He is not saying that it is a competition for the quarterback position between J.J. McCarthy and Sam Darnold. What he is saying is it's going to be competitive. Those are two different words, and he is carefully selecting those words because Minnesota Vikings brass and the organization knows Sam Darnold is going to be the week one starter for the Minnesota Vikings pending an injury. And the reasoning makes sense. Do you really want to start J.J. McCarthy week one versus the Giants, and then he got the Niners, and then he got the Texans, and then he got the Packers, and then he got the Jets, and then he got the bye week? So maybe potentially after that he could start for week 6, week 7, something like that after the bye week. That time of season gets interesting. Now, he's excited to see the two compete versus each other and on the football field because J.J. McCarthy's a competitive guy. He's made that known to the Minnesota Vikings organization all offseason with how dedicated he's been to being in Eagan when players aren't around, when players are in their hometowns. J.J. McCarthy's jumping in lakes in the 3M Open and hanging out around the Minnesota Vikings facility. It's going to be competitive, but there isn't a competition but for the quarterback one spot. So I'm excited for Minnesota Vikings training camp because there are going to be reporters watching, Alec Lewis, Kevin Seifert, Ben Gessling, the trifecta that is really diving deep into what's going on the Minnesota Vikings, and I'll be reading their stuff daily to see what's happening at the quarterback position, at other positions on the field. But continuing on my thought with J.J. McCarthy not being the day one starter. We don't know if Jordan Addison's going to be available week one. We don't know we do know that T.J. Hawkinson's not going to be available until the middle of the season. So if you threw J.J. McCarthy in, you're not really throwing him into a comfortable situation for a rookie quarterback. This is a situation that's a little chaotic. A situation that, even though it's better than Sam Darnold's situations that he's been in for his entire career, it's still better than the Jets-Panthers situation. But Sam Darnold has been through chaotic situations in his career. And that's a little chaotic because you could be missing wide receiver 2. You are definitely missing tight end 1. And that's not including any other potential injuries that always come up during training camp. Randomly and unfortunately, some guys randomly just burst their Achilles or tear their ACL, starting quality players. It happens every single year. So I think it's the right call for J.J. McCarthy to wait behind Sam Darnold for the first few weeks of the season at least. Because what's the rush? He's 21 years old. He's not 24 like Michael Penix Jr. is, and there's time. Get him right. Get him in the right situation, and hopefully he starts in the first season. I don't think he needs to. I don't think it's a must, but I want to watch him. I don't want to watch Sam Darnold play, even if he's doing really good. You know, it's like, would you rather watch a random golfer win a golf tournament who you've never seen before, or would you rather watch Tiger Woods shoot 3 over par? I'd rather watch Tiger Woods shoot 3 over par. That's more entertaining. Same thing with the Minnesota Vikings. I would rather watch J.J. McCarthy throw 2 picks and 3 interceptions a game than to watch Sam Darnold throw 1 touchdown and 0 interceptions a game. It's just, that's who we want to watch. That's the guy that we want to see on the football field. So anyway, the timetable will be interesting because eventually he's going to have to start. Is it going to be 2025? Seems like it's leaning that direction. But a lot of it is dependent on the way Sam Darnold plays this season. Everyone, thank you for making this podcast and this episode a part of your day.